Good day, you beautiful people of YouTube. It's the Mad Marine, and well, today is another day. Unfortunately, it might not be the best day ever because this big pile of poo-poo came out on a platter recently, and we're going to talk about it. And it's basically the classification of stabilizing braces and what the ATF's take on it is going to be probably moving forward. Now, this is not in stone, but we're going to talk about it, and it probably will be written in stone shortly, and we'll talk about that too. However, before we jump into it, if you could please like, comment, share, and subscribe, it does help the channel grow, and I greatly appreciate it. And one day, who knows? Who knows? But the other thing is, before I dive too deep into this conversation, I would say please keep your comments and actions very PG. I understand this may be very upsetting to some of you. However, I would like to stay out of prison and jail and trouble, and I would encourage you to stay out of prison, jail, and trouble. So do keep your comments PG. And I will share the link in the description so you guys can go take a look at it and bang your head against the wall and be like, what were they thinking? Because this makes no sense. Kind of like the Chewbacca defense. So, yeah, this makes no sense. And we're going to jump into this lunacy. So the ATF is using their big old power, and they're basically saying, we got the NFA, we got the Gun Control Act, and we're going to do what we want or what's directed. And basically, the president-elects has met with the individuals at these agencies and has stated basically, we don't like braces and we don't like polymer lowers, and as you can already tell, the polymer 80 issue has already flared up. And that's all I'm going to say on that one. And it looks like braces are next on the list. So if we're lucky and it's only braces and polymer 80s, we might be lucky, because I feel like it's going to be a rough 4 years. Now, let's talk about braces. Braces have been around for like 10 years at least, I think. They came out in the first term of Obama. I don't remember if it was like 2010. For some reason, I'm thinking it's 2010. I could be wrong on that. Please fact check me on that one. But long story short, the ATF is just using its power here. We're going to scroll down. It's 16 pages of a lot of, well, we have regulating authority, and we're going to do a lot of evaluating, and only 2 designs have been approved, but because it has changed significantly, we're going to reevaluate our evaluation, and they talk about what is legit and what is not legit. So they talk about shotguns and rifles, basically 18 inches for shotguns, at least is what you need, and 16 inches for rifles to make it a rifle. However, if you have anything shorter than that, it is potentially an SBR, and that's really what they're saying. So they talk about braces, and the whole idea behind a brace was what? A single-handed brace to be fired to help an individual stabilize his or her arm due to a large or heavily attached pistol. All right, so I want you to remember this later. Large or heavily attached pistol that is weighted. Okay, because this is going to be a hypocrisy point later on. And they talk about basically one-handed and whatnot. So as we continue through this, we're going to go through, and it talks more about stabilizing braces or arm braces, and it uses it's basically previous case precedents of why they're doing what they're doing, and it's kind of silly. And they do put a couple notes in here to check the precedents and look at opinion reviews and whatnot. So some of it's available, some of it is not. And we'll probably see the final revision in the next couple days to next couple weeks. So going through, so one of the things they talk about what would make a brace an SBR is caliber or type. Now they don't really specify what caliber. Like, at what point does the caliber then make it a SBR or an NFA item? I have no clue. I mean, what about 7.62 by 25? Is that a rifle caliber or a pistol caliber? What about a 454 Kozul? Or what about a 44 Magnum? Are 44 Magnums now because they're such a large caliber? I don't get it. Well, 5.56 is actually kind of like only 55 grain, and you can get like little varmint rounds that are in the 40 grain, but 22 is actually only 40 grain. So like, how does the caliber change the dynamic of the firearm? Um, I don't know. Weight and length. So this is the stupid part I told you to remember about. Remember, the whole idea behind the brace was to assist people with the weight and length of a heavy firearm. Now the weight and length of the firearm will now be used against you because now, instead of it being a brace, it's now an FA item. What the absolute... And again, I'm keeping it PG. This is stupid. This is absolutely stupid. This is 100% political garbage. And again, I hate the NFA, but I also hate braces. I think they're equally stupid. Both of them have no place. So that's my 2 cents. Length of pull. What does it matter? Like, honestly, like, what does it matter the length of pull? Seriously, why does it change anything? How does it change the firearm in any way, the length of pull? It's just silly. Method of attaching. So if you have a modified stock attachment or a receiver extension or some type of spacer that is between the trigger or the part of the brace that contains the brace, you may have somehow created an NFA item. How? Like, literally, if I add washers to my brace, I've created an NFA item. Washers. Or an attachment that allows it to fold to the side for packing uses or easy removal. Say I wanted to, like, I don't know, store it in a small backpack, and I wanted to be able to do that. At what point why does that change the function of the weapon at any point? So this is just ridiculous. The other thing they talk about, let me go down here. So here's the other thing. Now, Aimpoint. Now, this is not actually the company, but basically what they're talking about is, if you're somehow using the brace to improve your aim with it. Well, wasn't that the whole point of the brace to begin with? To be able to actually aim with a heavier weapon, or a heavier weapon because you're utilizing one hand or having difficulty. Secondary grips, so I guess angled grips are absolutely done, and not a pistol. But here's my question: sights and scopes. So this sounds dangerous. So, for instance, like, what about all these people who are running red dots on their, like, their Glock or their Sig or their Smith and Wesson, actual pistols? All of a sudden, are these now considered NFA items? Kind of a slippery slope. Oh, you've got a scope or an optic. I know, I shouldn't give them ideas. Tell me to shut up at any time. Yeah, this is just garbage. 100% garbage. What are you gonna do? Oh, this is one I love. So you may be commonly found any accessories that could be commonly found on rifles or shotguns. That are not to be designed. So I don't know if you guys have ever been in, a gun store, but if you've been in a gun store, you ever seen the Ruger 1022 pistol? It's a little pistol, and it's got, like, I don't know, a 6 or 8 inch barrel, and it's got, take 1022 mags. It has a little bipod, and it's like used like so Grandpa could sit on the porch and, like, whack squirrels or frogs or something like that, and dream about the glory days or whatever like that. So is this now a NFA item? Because it's got a bipod, it's got a scope, it got a spot to put the scope, and Grandpa doesn't see too good anymore. And it shoots 22, so the caliber could be considered an NFA item. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So please, go ahead and write your senators, your congressmen. Keep it polite and professional. don't get yourself in trouble. Don't swear. There's templates if you need online to like how you're supposed to address your congressman or senator. And even if they don't see your certain views on the Second Amendment or certain rights, maybe if enough of you reach out to them, maybe they won't fight at you on it. So maybe you can get them to do nothing. And if you can get them to do nothing, then it's better than them being for it, or for, regulation on this. But enough of you say, please stop this, they will probably do nothing. And if they do nothing, that's a small victory. So again, be polite, be courteous, keep it PG. Don't get emotional, but do reach out to the individuals that represent you. So hopefully we can keep our silly braces, our silly little rubber and polymer pieces of plastic. This is so stupid. Now, what are your options? Well, there's actually one tiny, and I mean tiny, good news. And really the only good news of this entire thing is basically the options. Now, this is not official yet. This will probably be official in the next couple of days to next couple of weeks. But they do talk about opportunities of what you can do. They're going to give you kind of like a grace period. And basically anything prior, as far as a braced pistol, prior to this formalization of the letter, they're going to give you like basically an exemption. Now, what is this exemption? It's an exemption of the NFA tax. So you won't have to pay $200 to register your braced weapon with the NFA. So maybe in a year or who knows how long, because I mean there's got to be millions of braces at this point. And I say millions, I mean I don't know. I'd imagine there's probably 10 million braces out there. So can you imagine the influx of NFA applications, essentially Form 1s being sent in to the ATF? Good luck if you get it back in a year. Yeah, good luck. So you're going to basically have these NFA items. You basically won't have to pay the $200 tax stamp, which is, great. That would be nice not to have to pay $200. That being said, something that shouldn't be on a registry is on a registry, and they're not easily transferable. I mean, I don't know if they'll exempt you having to pay the $200 in the future. I think this is probably just a one-time thing. But basically, they're going to give you a good faith thing prior to the publication of this notice that you can register it for free. Yeah, I mean, I'm not that thrilled about it, honestly. I mean, I don't have any anymore because I saw this coming, but this still sucks. No, you don't want to register your stuff if you don't have to. The other option, you can remove the stabilizing brace and dispose of it. You can replace the barrel to get it 16 to 18 inches or greater. You can send it to the ATF, and I'm sure they'll give you $0 for it, and they will destroy it, or they will destroy the firearm. Those are your options. That sucks. Like, it sucks. So I have no good news for you on this, except if you finally wanted to have something on the NFA for your silly braces, you now have the opportunity to do that. Yeah, good luck. This is stupid. I apologize. I wish I had good news for you. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it is what it is. I will, again, put this link in the description for you guys to take a look at. Again, this is still an unofficial draft, but again, it probably will come out soon. Again, I already mentioned that, this is direction of the president-elect, and which direction this administration would like to go. If this is all we have in the next 4 years, we're going to be super lucky. But I don't think that's the case. I think it's going to be a rough 4 years. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But it is what it is. But I wanted to share this with you. Feel free to pick out some interesting facts and throw it in the comments. Again, keep it PG, keep it polite, keep it professional, stay out of trouble. As I've said before in most of my videos, act within the confines of the law. I like, a roof over my head, 3 meals a day, sometimes four, and a soft bed to sleep in. And I've got a great, wonderful family that I like to spend my time with. So that's what I'm going to do. You do you, of course. Anyway, this is the Mad Marine signing off. I hope you have a good one, and I will catch you later.